Destiny from Despirando company, aka Despirando TV. Therefore, I will talk about allotropes. What are allotropes? Allotropes are what compounds which exist in two or more forms, having different physical properties but the same chemical properties. So yeah, allotropes are what compounds exist in two or more forms, as they having different physical properties but the same chemical properties. And so why are they having the same chemical properties? Because of what the atomic number. But the atomic number is the same. That's why they have the same chemical properties. Now, example of allotropes, we talk about what various natural of allotropes. One is carbon, that's number one. What about carbon? Carbon is talking about what there are two types. Carbon has two allotropes, which are what diamond and what graphite. And also, with the next example is sulfur. Another example of that exists what as allotropes, which are what we have rhombic sulfur and what monoclinic sulfur. Also, we have a third example of allotropes, which is what tin. Tin can be what white tin, red tin, or green tin. So tin has three allotropes. We have phosphorus, and phosphorus we have what white, red, and what black phosphorus. Remember tin, white and red, grey tin, phosphorus, white, red, and black phosphorus. So the difference between the tin and the phosphorus. The tin has white, red. Both tin and phosphorus has white and red. But the difference is that what tin also has a grey phosphorus and what tin has a grey tin, white phosphorus has what black. We move to the next slide. I say what tin has what three white, red, and grey tin. We also have phosphorus, white, red, and black phosphorus. We also have oxygen. Oxygen have two allotropes, which are what oxygen, O2, and the what ozone, which is the O3. Now, classification of what allotropes. Allotropes can be classified according to what two main classes, which are the what crystalline allotropes of what of carbon, crystalline allotropes, which are the diamond and graphite, and the what amorphous allotropes of carbon, which can exist as well different from, which is coal, animal charcoal, wood charcoal, sugar charcoal, sugar charcoal, lamb black, etc. And so that. So the layer classification of allotropes of carbon, which are the what the crystalline allotropes of carbon and the what amorphous allotropes of carbon. Under the crystalline allotropes of carbon, we have the what diamond and graphite. Under the amorphous allotropes of carbon, we have the coal, sugar charcoal, wood charcoal, animal charcoal, lamb black, etc. Now we'll still talk about what? Now we'll take the purest form of carbon. The purest form of carbon is what? Is diamond. Diamond is the purest form of what? Carbon. And the purest form of what? The purest form of coal or amorphous nature. The purest form of amorphous nature of carbon is the what? Is the sugar charcoal. So sugar charcoal is referred to as the purest form of amorphous nature of what? Of carbon. Now let's move to the next one. We are going to talk about the difference between what? Diamond and graphite. Differences between what? Diamond and graphite. One is what? Diamond is octahedral in shape, while diamond is hexagonal. Secondly, diamond has three-dimensional shape, while graphite has two-dimensional shape. Diamond has a lattice, three-dimensional. Diamond has three-dimensional lattice structure, which is two-dimensional shape, while graphite has what? Two-dimensional lattice structure. We also talk about the next one, which is what? The diamond is a non-conductor of electricity, while graphite conducts what? Electricity. Also, diamond is one of the hardest substances ever known. You should know. Alright, so diamond is one of the hardest substances. That's why diamond is used to cutting off glass and melters. You know that graphite is one of the softest substances known. And also move to the next one. From there we have the next thing. What are the what? Diamond has a high melting and boiling point. Diamond has the what? High melting and more dense. Sorry, diamond not boiling, high melting and more dense. While graphite has the high melting and less dense. I see both of them has high melting point, that similarities. But for diamond is what? More dense, talking about the density, hardness, while graphite is what? Less dense, talking about how soft it is, not that hard. Now diamond has what? Resistance to what? Chemical attack, chemical and high temperature. High resistance to what? Chemical attack, and also what? High what? Temperature. But when you talk about what? Graphite has what? They are relatively inert and are more reactive. Now what are the uses of diamond and graphite? The use of diamond and graphite is about one. Diamond is used for cutting glasses and metals, we discussed earlier, we said just now. And for graphite, it's used as dry lubricants. Helps in what lubrication, helps engine to roll, or helps what the wheel of a bicycle to roll. Also, diamond is used for making jewelries. You can see them all over ornaments and so on. While graphite is what used for making electrodes, so we're talking about conductor of electricity and making charge, positive and negatively charged. And why did they ask you also a question can come, why is diamond used for making jewelries? The reason is just simple, because it's relatively inert. It has also because of its high refractive index. So because of its high refractive index, that's the reason why diamond can be used for conducting can be used for making jewelries, because of its high refractive index. Also, let's move to artificial diamond. Sometimes you see a diamond, you think it's just a diamond, whereas you don't know that's it's a fake diamond. Why? Because graphite will make to be subjected to a very high temperature and pressure. When you subject graphite, normal graphite usually got it from most times, usually batteries. Graphite is usually made when you subject graphite to a high temperature and pressure, and what happens under a catalyst called nickel or rhodium catalyst. So when such things occur at high temperature and pressure for several hours, of a truth, the diamond will be formed, or that's artificial diamond. That's how they think that's what it is. You may be thinking it's real diamond. So in our next section of diamond and graphite, we're going to be talking in our next section. Probably we're going to talk about other classes of diamond, carbon 2 oxide, carbon 4 oxide, process of supplying oxygen into the atmosphere and moving on, process of supplying carbon 4 oxide into the atmosphere and moving on carbon 4 oxide into the atmosphere, its particles and so on and so forth. So join us in our next class and take our live button at Despirando TV. That's all for now. Bye for now.